Okay, I want to show y'all something. Kind of go through the pros and cons of the paternity acknowledgement form. I was thinking to kind of protest the, maybe kind of go and rescind the paternity acknowledgement form. And I'm going to show y'all something. The reason why I decide I'm not going to. The paternity acknowledgement form, I'm thinking, let me give you a little backstory for y'all that's new to the channel. I filled out a form, a paternity acknowledgement form, when my son was born, okay? That and it says at the top of the form, paternity acknowledgement, state of Georgia. I would keep in mind, this was 7 years ago, damn near 8 years ago, because my son was born, he'll be 8 this year, okay? He's 7 now. Okay, and at the bottom of the form, it has acknowledgement of legitimation. Now, y'all see, last few videos, I've been talking about legitimation a lot. And legitimation, I'm learning that legitimation was the reason why I've been continuously failed to be able to have access to my son. Because of the fact that I never got the DNA test done through the courts, with me petitioning the courts to do it. See, some of you all have done it, but y'all did it when the child support company was trying to establish paternity, but it was for their benefit, it wasn't for you. So you have to petition the court so you can use that evidence for your purpose. If you're in Georgia and you did a paternity acknowledgement form, and you still, got one of them situations where the child's, mother won't allow you. I'm saying mothers, because generally it's the mothers that do that. So if you're a mother and you're offended, you're probably part of the problem. But if you're not part of the problem, just listen up. Just take in the information. This is for educational purposes. So if you're one of those guys who you signed the paternity acknowledgement form, and I'm gonna show y'all what I did. Okay. Kind of go to the root of my problem and the reason why I'm not going to go against it now that I understand it better. Here we go. I filled out this form right here. Okay, I showed y'all my form where it was signed on old videos in the past. I filled out this form. See, it says paternity acknowledgement, state of Georgia right here. Fill this out. Father and mother, they fill out the name. Keep in mind, this is not on the natural side. This is on the administrative side. This is what I did not know. I know this stuff now, but then damn near 8 years ago, I did not know this stuff, okay? So a lot of us don't know the difference between judicial and administrative. Administrative is only dealing on the legal side when it comes to your legal name. See right here, because you see, only a legal name has a social security number. You on the private side don't have a social security number. You only use that for commercial purposes. And it's only attached to your legal name. Both parties' name, social security number is written on there. Okay, the mother and father's name on there. The child, they put this name of the child. They want the child, whatever. The mother signs here. Father signs here. The notary notarizes it right here. Okay, notary, and right here, this is where they got me. Also, it says acknowledgement of legitimation. So when people ask me, did you legitimate the child? Already, did you legitimate her? And I say, no, I did that at the hospital. So I'm thinking because I did this at the hospital and this is what it said, that's what I did. But it did not. Now keep in mind, they did not give me this document here. This explains the pros and cons. You can look at my previous video about this form right here, about this part, where they did, where it explains in more details about the pros and cons, like what you can and can't do and all this different stuff. And basically it would have let me know that I can't use this document to exercise custodial rights. Now, so when they omit this document, part 2, this is 2 pages. When they omit that and only have us to fill this out, I'm thinking this is what I'm doing, because they're saying that in order for my son to have my last name, I had to do a paternity acknowledgement, a paternity acknowledgement form. So this is what they brought a notary in there, and we filled this out and right in front of the notary. Now, This is the part that got me, because I didn't realize this form right here, this code right here. I didn't realize this is what got me right here. I did not read that. I did not know that, I wasn't even into the state statutes like that. Back then, I was one of those that listened to all the gurus on the internet that say that the codes don't apply to the straw man. I mean, the codes only apply to the straw man. They don't apply to living men and women. So here I am having the living man argument in court. You know what I'm saying? But before court, I didn't have court until I went through this situation. But when I went to court, I was having a straw man argument. So I was not reading the state statutes at all back then. I was listening to the people on the internet. Okay. Now, so this totally went over my head, actually. I didn't read this part. And now I'm going to show y'all what this part actually said. Right here. It says, acknowledgement of legitimation means a written statement contained in a voluntary acknowledgement of paternity form indicating that the mother and father of the child born out of wedlock have freely agreed and consented that the child may be legitimated. Keep in mind, it says that they consented that the child may be legitimated. So this document can work. It can work in your favor because the pro to it is the fact that you can't use this document to exercise your custodial rights. You can't use this document to get visitation rights let me show y'all that law one more time. Okay, here we go. It's a Georgia Code OCGA. You got 9725 right there. Okay, it says only the mother of a child born out of wedlock is entitled to custody of the child unless the father legitimates the child, as provided in Code Sections 19.722. Otherwise, the mother may exercise all parental power over the child. So you see it for yourself. This is the Georgia law. So back to this form right here. If you see right here, we read this code where this is where both parties signed right here on this document. Mother signs here, father signs here. When it says acknowledgement of legitimation, it doesn't mean that the child is legitimated, but according to this code, they both agree that the child may be, that they agree and consent to legitimation. So with this form, once you have filled out this form and you got it, you did the paternity acknowledgement form, because that's what they called it. See at the top, paternity acknowledgement form, and get it notarized. You turn the thing in. You can add this thing will be recorded in what they call the putative father registry, something like that. Putative father registry. They record this in there, put it in part of the records. Now, at that point, the father is able to use this because she consented that you can actually have the child legitimated. That means she ain't scared to get DNA tests and to prove that this child is actually yours. So so you call the bluff and you use this document. Use this document to petition the courts for legitimation. That's when they have PDFs right here online. They have the PDFs right online. It depends on what county you at, you're in or whatever. Or you can take a PDF and you can actually copy and paste it and create your own version of it or whatever. And you petition the courts for to get the child legitimated. Legitimation is basically when they go through the DNA test and they have y'all to actually meet up at a particular, they get a hearing, get a court order to get legitimation. Now, she's going to be able to, like say she has the answer to the petition, okay? And the only way she's going to try to act like the child ain't yours, like she can't act like the child ain't yours because she already signed the acknowledgement of legitimation. She already consented to it. So she can't get out of it if you use that. You know what I'm saying? You're using that because it's already in the records that she's consenting that you are the father. And not even just that, if she filed for child support, she said you're the father. You know what I'm saying? If she, she's consenting that you are the father, it'll make her look like a real ass trying to claim that you're the father, trying to put you on child support. But she wants to try to say you're not the father when you're trying to get the legitimation. But for whatever reason, if she don't have no evidence to prove that you're unfit, you're violent, or you're some type of threat to the child or whatever, no kind of conviction records or nothing like that, then there's no way out of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a good father and you're really trying your best to take care of your kid, and they're doing it and they're trying to keep you from your child, and you got this petition, this legitimation thing done already, you already got this paternity acknowledgement form done, you can use that as leverage to prove that, to confirm that she have already consented to legitimation. So you can actually, but you must, in Georgia, you must petition the court to legitimate the child. If you don't do that, you're not getting, the woman can do whatever she want to do with the kid, and you can't do shit about it. It's just that simple. They need it. To me, it makes no sense to have to do this document right here and can't exercise custodial and visitation rights. And it don't make sense that they can use that document to lock you in on the child support, but they can't. But you can't use that document to raise the child, even if the child is not proven through my loins, through DNA genetic testing, that this child was created from my loins. If that child was if it is acknowledged to be my child, then and you got me, and you're holding me accountable, willing to have me locked up, license suspended, property taken, taxes taken, all types of stuff, garnishing wages or whatever they all the stuff that they do. They're willing to do that to make sure that you take care of your child, but you can't have access to your child. Makes no damn sense to me. To me, it's an all-out scam to me. But this is why I agree with mandatory genetic testing, because if I'm filling out this form right here, and this form only empowers her to be able to run to the court and weaponize the courts to lock me into a child support, because the attorneys don't even help the fathers when it comes to stuff like that. So they don't help. They want to give you minimum access to your kids, but they want to make money out the situation. So I can fill out this form, and she can use that form to try to lock me into a child support order, but I can't use that same form to exercise custodial and visitation rights. Makes no damn sense. And this form right here, remember I showed y'all in the last video, then at the hospital they omitted the last form, the second part of the form. This form right here, this thing right here goes into details as the restrictions that it's still, the hindrances that it was still caused by you doing this document. You know what I'm saying? So if I been given this at the same time and read that, I would have known that. You know what I'm saying? But she and I were only given the first page, and we filled it out and we kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because we were mainly only concerned about making sure that my son had my last name, and that I'm on the birth certificate, because I never denied that my son was my son. So for you guys that are in Georgia or in any state, look in your state and make sure, see if they have the legitimation going on in there. I would look into petitioning the court for a DNA test. I don't know what they call it in your state, but here in Georgia, they call it legitimation. Find out what they call it in your state. This is one of the main reasons I'm so hell-bent on reading your state statutes, because it took me this many years to learn this shit, because I wouldn't read the state statutes. Because everybody on the internet talking about the statutes don't apply to you. They only apply to the fiction, to the all caps name. We gotta grow as we continue to learn, y'all. These are laws, okay? We can try to dance around it all we want to, and we're causing more confusion on ourselves because we want to play the straw man game and not understanding that all these things are for legal purposes. It's all commercial, okay? All this stuff is for commercial. Even your name in upper lowercase is still for commercial purposes. I don't nobody call me Michael Roseman at home. They call me Mike at home. You know what I'm saying? In the private side, this is private side right here. Nobody call me Michael Roseman at home. They only call me that in the public. And when I sign a document, I sign that name on a commercial document, upper lowercase. Okay? And we got to get in the habit of putting your name, putting the title after your signature. Put the title after your signature. Do your own research on that. Put a title out. Anytime you see somebody sign a document, they always, people in the commercial world, they place their title behind their signature so that they can see what role are they playing in this transaction. We've been taught to not do that shit. We didn't taught to not do it. We just weren't taught to do it. You know what I'm saying? So something else, another little nugget I thought I'd throw out there. But I thought I'd make this little video to kind of help you guys understand the pros and cons to the paternity acknowledgement form. You can't exercise. You can't. It's like a two-level apart. It's a two-part process. You do the paternity acknowledgement form, so you're acknowledging that you're the father by getting on the birth certificate, having your legal name added to the birth certificate. Your legal and the child being named, the way you and the mother wanted, whatever you and the mother wanted to be named. Okay, but you can also do that with the paternity, the petition for legitimation. You can do all that at once. Cause I did, cause I was looking at a PDF and it was asking, what do you want the child to be named? It asks, do you want to address these things? Do you want to address medical insurance? Do you want to address child support? Do you want to address, all the things you want to address, and you petition in the court for legitimation. You know what I'm saying? So that is the key. Legitimation is what you want to do so that you can get a court order proving that that child came from your loins. Okay, and that way, because they're not questioning whether the child came from the mother's loins because the baby came out of the mother. So, but even if you were married to that woman, doesn't mean that the baby was created by you and that woman. She could have created the baby through another dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. So it doesn't necessarily mean the child is yours because you were married to that woman. Okay, so if y'all go through a divorce and then she go to, or y'all still be married in the same house. I've known some people be on child support and still live they still live together with their wife, with the girlfriend or whoever it is. But until you do legitimation, when you prove, you petition the courts to, for a paternity test, for legitimation, what they call it here in Georgia. I don't know what they call it in the other states. You might want to look in your state. They may have it in your state. I don't know. Or just like type in your Google search, let me see, like petition for DNA test or something like that. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I thought I'd look at it talks about what, Ken Paxton. He's the Attorney General of Texas. I'm on their website, and they talk about a court order paternity. Okay, this is for Texas right here. Now, this is why I tell you to look in your own state, because every state have their own process of how they do certain stuff. So if I'm showing you a process that we do here in Georgia, and here you are in Wisconsin somewhere, and I'm showing you the process we do here, this shit might not work for you because your state may have something totally different to do. They're applying the same like bills, acts, all these different laws, but they got a different process as to how they apply that law. So, like they don't use it legitimation. They don't use the term nowhere. I don't see where they use the term in Texas. Right here it talks about a court order paternity. Say when a paternity test is when is it one necessary? Say when a mother and father disagree about paternity or just want to make sure of the biological father, the office of the Attorney General may file a petition asking the court to establish an alleged father as the biological father. In this case, the court will often order the alleged father to take a paternity test. Okay, a paternity test is simple. The parents and the children or child, or children, have their cheeks swabbed either at a court, a local clinic, or at a local child support office. DNA tests can determine the biological father with 99% accuracy. See? And it says it takes 4 to 6 weeks after the swab for the results, the paternity test results. So they don't call it legitimation, they call them paternity test results. After the paternity test results are returned from the lab, the Office of Attorney General will be able to finalize your paternity order. So, and then say if there's no question about the identity of the child's biological father, the parents can complete the acknowledgement of paternity. That's what it's called. They can complete an acknowledgement of paternity. And they say that is a legal document that allows parents who aren't married to establish legal paternity. What does it say? Legal paternity. And see, Biological parents who want to establish their child's legal rights to his or her father can voluntarily establish paternity with an acknowledgement of paternity. They call it the AOP. To complete and file an AOP, both parents must work with the AOP certified entity. AOP certified entities have been trained by the Office of the Attorney General to help parents voluntarily establish paternity. If you need assistance completing AOP, or if the other parent is in the military, incarcerated, or living in a different city or state, you can do it online. Or call the AOP hotline. And they got the number right here. But it's like, bottom line is some states they don't use the word legitimation, okay? Here in Georgia, we do. They have different, what you call words of art that they use to describe the same thing, okay? So we got to be willing to look into your state statutes to see what they have to offer, But there is remedy when you have your child being restricted from you by the other parent. So you just have to be willing to look into the DNA testing. You get the DNA test, and then you can establish your rights. It don't do no good. This one guy I used to talk to a lot. He would talk about, return my property, return my biological property, And I'm like, you ain't no DNA test. And most of us run from DNA tests because we be trying to run from child support. You know what I'm saying? But and see, once you learn how to discharge a child support order, then you wouldn't worry about none of those shit like that. That's another topic for another video. So, but anyway, we're gonna stay on topic. Bottom line is, you go ahead and do your thing when it comes to getting your DNA test done. That way you can have access to your kids and you can move forward to the other stuff. Okay, and this stuff is empowering. The more you be willing to learn and keep your mind focused. Don't get no stress. Try to keep yourself from being stressed out. Stay focused. Stay away from the bullshit, the drama. That way you can actually think straight. If be willing to look stuff up. That way you can dismiss certain shit that come to you that don't feel right. You'll recognize stuff that don't feel right when you study too. So, and shit didn't get super clear to me until I started reading the state statutes. I live here in Georgia, so I'm gonna read the Georgia statutes. So, and I learned a hell of a lot more. I did not know the remedy about how to get my son back until I got into the Georgia statutes. So, you do what you want to do with that information. You choose to stay out of your state statute because some guru done told you that the statutes aren't laws and they don't apply to you. Then do what you want to do. I'm getting remedy for that for me reading the state statutes. They even talk about discharging. Keep in mind, if y'all want to put, how you gonna put UCC 1-308 next to your signature talking about you reserving your rights? You're using codes. You're using codes to do that. But you don't want to read a code in your state. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Another thing I want to point out before I go, because this video long enough, I want to show y'all something to kind of help y'all understand, the how people don't want to use the state statutes to read and understand. I support the state statutes because I found a remedy there. Okay, I didn't find a remedy on the internet. Okay. That's why this guy just left a video on my audio on my phone about an hour or so ago, and it was about 10 minutes long, and he was just ranting because he was like talking about how all this stuff he just hearing it's got his mind scrambled. I know a few people with brain injuries, you know what I'm saying, because of all the stuff that they're cramming into their brain from what they're hearing on the internet, and people selling processes to the people left and right. That's hit and miss. Something as simple as knowing how to endorse properly, you can get rid of a child support order. Okay? Just knowing how to endorse something properly. If you're a grantor, act like a damn grantor. How you gonna say I'm the grantor and you're not a grantor? You don't act like one. Perform like one, and you see how to be one. Then you get respected as one. That's another topic. I'll be trying not to talk too much, but fuck it. This information out here. And some people gonna get put out of business when I'm done. But But anyway, let me see. I want to show y'all something. What was I going to say? I want to show y'all something. Yeah. One more thing. I'm going to show y'all a little nugget real quick. I'm going to show y'all one nugget. One quick nugget. Because y'all know about, y'all quick to, y'all look at UCC all the time. Y'all talking about all these different, let me see. Short title. Here we go. So right here, this Georgia codes right here. So right here, see right here? This title shall be known and may be cited as Uniform Commercial Code. See what I'm talking about? Everything in this title right here is everything in this title is covering the Uniform Commercial Code, Title 11 here in Georgia. All of this stuff does apply to y'all. If you'll sit there and read the UCC, you should be able to read. You'll find the same thing you find in UCC in your state codes. This thing talking about negotiable instruments, bulk transfers, warehouse fee, all this stuff. If if you take that, and a lot of time it explains it a lot easier depending on what state you read, what state you live in. Like just like me looking at this here, let me show you something. Another quick thing. Negotiable. Talk about endorsements, negotiations, how to properly endorse something. It tells you how to do this shit, man. Hold on a second. Let me see. Something else I was gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all where that damn thing at. Negotiable instrument. This is a quick nugget. Show y'all this. I said this in my last video. Okay, talking about the negotiable instrument right there. See where I said except as provided in subsection C and D of this subsection of this code section. Negotiable instruments means an unconditional promise or order to pay a fixed amount of money with or without interest or other charges described in the promise or order. It sounds like other charges. It sounds more like medical expenses and child care, whatever they add into the order. Okay. If it is payable to the bearer or to the order at the time it is issued or first comes into the possession of a holder, okay, is payable on demand or at a definite time, once a month, and does not state any other undertaking or instructions by the person promising or ordering payment to do any act in addition to the payment of money, but the promise or order must contain instrument. It must contain, and this is all this all this other stuff, B, C, and D and E. Okay, I'm gonna kind of stop right there because this video is kind of long already. But bottom line, if you read that, study that out all the way, you'll see yourself that child support is also a negotiable instrument. Okay, it's a negotiable instrument. So you read negotiable instrument and read endorsements. Study about endorsements and see what you need to be doing about it, and then get your grant on. Emerald signing out.